Good Saturday morning, everyone, and happy Mother's Day weekend. I'm stamping live with you. This is Debbie Henderson from Debbie's Designs. I'm just going to give it a few more seconds for everyone to chime in. Okay, we're going to get started. So this morning, the card that I'm going to show you how to make is one that I made a little while ago. And because the cardstock I used is retiring, I wanted to make sure to use it before it actually retires. I'm going to show you how to use the basket weave embossing folder to make a little pie plate. I thought that was really cute. I've seen a lot of these on Pinterest and in Blogland, so I'm not sure who to give credit to, but it's such a good idea. So let's get started with the supplies we need today. I'm using Peekaboo Peach. Now this is the cardstock that's retiring on May 31st. I love this color. We'll be sad to see it go. This is 11 inches by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. And then I've gone ahead and pre-cut the 2 layers that I need for my little pie shape. I use the layering circles dies, and the small circle measures about 2 1/8 inches wide. The scallop circle measures about 2 1/2 inches wide. And the cardstock I'm using is Crumb Cake. This is the Wood Textures designer paper, 4 1/4 by 1 3/4. And then we need a small strip of Whisper White to create the sentiment, which is going to be shaped as a banner when we're done. And that's 5 1/8 inches wide. I said that wrong. 5/8 inches wide. And then we're going to cut this so it doesn't matter how long it is. Hi Sandy. Hi Janine. Hi Sue. So glad you guys are here. I'm using the basket weave embossing folder, and then I'm also using the petal pear embossing folder. Now the one that I used has like little twiggy branches going across. That's the one I used on this card. For the card I'm going to be creating with you, I'm going to use the other one, which has a bunch of flowers in the background. So, and then for inks, I'm using Crumb Cake and Peekaboo Peach. So let's get started on this card. So I've already scored this at 5 1/2. I'm going to bring in my big shot so I can emboss with the petal pear embossing folder. Now this embossing folder is a little bit too long to fit through the big shot, so we have to go this way. So what I'm doing is I'm going to insert it like this and make sure my cardstock is folded over. And then we need to turn it vertically. And I'm going to use the big shot one more time with the basket weave. And this is going to be for the little circle that I've pre-cut. Remember that this is the thicker embossing folder, so we don't need a clear plate on the top. Okay, so that's it for the embossing. See how cute that is? It just looks like the weaving on a pie. It's perfect. And then this is what the flowers look like. Isn't that pretty? And then you have the other one that's got the little twiggy things. I don't know what, vines, I guess you could call them vines. Okay, now I'm going to glue the Wood Textures layer. I picked my winner for last night too. I'm going to announce that in a little bit for all the cards I made this week. And then I'm using the, what's this called? I can't remember. Stitched edge ribbon. This is Peekaboo Peach also, so this is also retiring. And I added 2 lines of it. Good morning, everyone. I see all of you guys. So glad to see you chiming in. And happy Mother's Day to everybody. So I'm putting 2 strips across because I'm putting 2 layers of the ribbon. I lost my paper piercer. Here we go. Okay, now I'm going to glue the ribbon in place. One more strip. See what a difference adding 2 strips makes? It just looks so neat. Okay, now we're going to do the pie. And what I'm doing with that is I'm using the crumb cake ink on the crumb cake cardstock and a sponge dauber, and I'm going to sponge the edge. I don't know if you noticed that on my other card, and it really makes the 2 layers pop against each other when you sponge the edge like this. Same thing on the scallop. Okay. Now I'm going to use liquid glue. Because this is embossed, it's already quite raised, so I don't need to use stamping dimensionals because it kind of raises itself because of the bumps on the back. So look how easy that was, just 2 pieces and some sponging. And the same thing, because I have the embossing right here, it already raises that for me, so I really don't need to add stamping dimensionals. Okay, now I'm going to stamp the sentiment. And you know what? I forgot to leave the stamp case out that this came from. It's perfect for this, this pie. I'll have to find it. I don't have it laying next to me, so I'll have to find it and let you guys know which set I used. I'm using the tailored tag punch to flag the ends. And I'm just going to add glue in the center. I didn't want to put it in the center because I didn't want to cover most of it, so I thought by putting it down on the end of the pie, you still see a lot of the weaving. And lastly, we've got the enamel shapes. Now these are retiring also. So that's kind of why I wanted to do this card this morning. I have quite a few things that are retiring. Okay, and that's it for this card. So you have both embossing options. I think they both look really nice. I wanted to make a couple announcements. I forgot to mention this week, this is what I'm doing for my May door prize. For anybody that places orders with me, you'll have a chance to win this for the month of May. And then I had you guys comment if you wanted me to consider you for a prize for all of these cards that I made this week using all the new products. So these are the 7 cards, and the name that I drew was Fran Ward. Thanks so much everybody for commenting, and congrats to Fran. I'm not sure if she's watching right now, but she usually watches all my videos. And then I wanted to leave you today to say Happy Mother's Day and to show you a couple pictures of my granddaughter who is 10. She is going to have a dance recital on Mother's Day. And these are 2 of the pictures that my daughter Jessica gave me. Isn't she cute? So she has 5 costume changes, and these are 2 of her costumes. I just needed to show you what she looked like. And the theme of their recital is Happy Feet. And they're actually going to have penguin paint on their face to match the penguin in the background. It's totally adorable. So anyway, I want to wish you guys a good weekend. And thanks so much for stopping in this morning. Goodbye.